Hey everybody, it's Mike here from The Art of Guitar. Just a quick video to try to clear something up and get your opinion. I made a video last week about Sweet Home Alabama and how a lot of bands play that song. I know I've played it thousands of times in my life. But it's really easy to overlook the details of the song. Some of them are really crucial in my opinion. Actually, all of them are in my opinion. But when it comes to it, it's easy to gloss over just because you feel like you know the song, it's 3 chords, whatever, people know it, they sing along, everybody's happy. But when you really break it down, I actually found 19 different details that if you add to it, it could really make it exciting to play. So when I put that video out, I started to get comments about how I play the intro because I play it like this. Now I'm really going to just focus on that lick that I just did. That's how I play that lick. And I've played it for years now, decades actually, like that. So when I started getting comments about how I was doing it wrong, I got really curious. And people were saying that it's not open A to B, like I was doing, but it's supposed to be B flat to B. And that made me really curious because I played it and I'm thinking, that sounds really cool. I actually prefer that way. Because it's got more of a blues feel to it with that B flat going into B. So I love that. But I listened to the actual recording again and I didn't think it sounded like the B flat. I thought maybe I'm just hearing things. So I slowed it down to 50% and I really listened to see what was going on. Oh, and by the way, I did check out the lesson that Ed King did showing the intro. He did it on Marty's channel. And he clearly does the B flat to the B. Yeah. And if you know me, you know those little details could drive me crazy. It'll keep me up at night if I don't know the answer to this. So I took the song and I put it into Pro Tools. And I actually used a program called Melodyne, which is kind of like this sort of auto-tune program where you can move notes around, or what I used it for was you could see what pitches things are. So I fed the intro into Melodyne and I looked real carefully and it says without a doubt that that note is an A pitch. Then it goes to a B. Check this out. Now, when you repeat it over and over again like that, your ear can start to mess with you a little bit. So I thought, okay, I'm going to go one step further. I'm going to do this Jaws theme part, and I'm actually going to modify it so that instead of the A notes being played, I'm going to move them up using Melodyne up to B flat. Now, when I move it up, it sounds kind of funny, right? It sounds like a dying cow or something. But you could hear it going up half a step. So now you're going to hear this 4 times in a row. Now, when you go back to the original spacing of the notes, it's actually going to sound quite different. What's crazy is last week I had a guitar lesson and my student told me a story about somebody going up to Lou Reed and playing the intro to Sweet Jane for him. And when Lou Reed was like, no, something's missing, the guy who was playing it was like, no, this is actually right. I thought, man, the audacity you must have to play Lou Reed's song for Lou Reed and tell him that you're doing it right when he says you're not doing it right. So I kind of felt the same way watching Ed King play it with his B flat. But clearly hearing, unless I'm going deaf or crazy or both, definitely hearing an A pitch instead of a B flat. And I thought, how could that be? Maybe I'm just not hearing it right. Or what happens a lot when you record songs is you record them and you put all the work into recording it. Then you start to play live, and in the process of playing live, you start to change things up just a little bit at a time. And over the years, what ends up happening is you start to play things maybe a tiny bit different than you used to, in the recording studio. There are things that I listened to that I recorded back in the day that I have no clue how I did them now. If somebody asked me, I'd have to relearn it myself. And I'm not saying that Ed King isn't remembering it correctly or whatever, but maybe he just one day when he was playing it, he just threw in that B flat and preferred the feel and the sound of that instead. And that's just how it is now. But if you go back to the original recording, I need you guys to tell me if you're hearing the same thing. A to B is what I hear. So you know my feelings about it. I think the A to B is correct, but I prefer playing the B flat to B. So let me know what you guys think. I'll be very curious to see if you hear what I hear.
Do you hear what I hear?
With all the slowing down, all the melodyne, all that kind of stuff, I just have no other conclusion than to say it's the open A string to the B. But prove me wrong. If I'm wrong, I will change my mind. Thank you everybody for watching, and let me know in the comment section what you think. Bye-bye.